Thank you, everybody, for coming and for having me. Some of you might recognize me from the de-escalation training video. That is me. Courtney Williams. I am from Peekskill, and I have been doing this, making of good trouble for many years now, and I'm happy to be standing with you making good trouble today.
Yeah.
One of the things that I want to talk to you about today is the dirty energy infrastructure that Donald Trump is trying to force on New York State. And sadly, Governor Hochul doesn't take a lot of convincing when it comes to dirty energy. I live in Peekskill, and within just a couple miles of my house is a decommissioning nuclear power plant, a massive fracked gas transmission pipeline that carries a large percentage of fracked gas from Pennsylvania to New England, and the largest industrial air polluter in Westchester County, which is the Wheelabrator trash incinerator that likely burns your garbage. And that is why my census tract in Peekskill has a higher environmental burden than 98% of census tracts in New York State. Wow. And Donald Trump is A-OK with making that situation worse, and our elected officials need to hear from us and need to be told to stand up to him. For the trash incinerator, that elected official is County Executive Ken Jenkins. This incinerator is one of the oldest in the entire country. For 40 plus years, it has been polluting the air in Peekskill, and our residents are feeling the effects. We have high rates of asthma, cardiovascular problems, low birth weight babies, and all of that is so that Westchester County doesn't need to come up with an alternative to burning your garbage. But there are alternatives that are better for our people, better for our planet, and better for our pocketbooks. And so I organized with WAS, Westchester Alliance for Sustainable Solutions, and I have some small handouts if anybody wants to learn more and get involved with the fight for environmental justice for Peekskill. Literally connected to that trash incinerator is the Algonquin gas transmission system. This is the massive fracked gas pipeline that carries fracked gas from Pennsylvania to New England. And New York State might have banned fracking, but we have a robust frack your neighbor policy, and we are addicted to fracked gas, and we literally have pipelines to bring it here. And that means communities like Peekskill and all across Rockland, Westchester, and Putnam counties are all being exposed to the air pollution and to the toxic chemicals that are in that pipeline when it's cleaned out, and all of the risks of living near a massive fracked gas pipeline. This thing, the largest, 42 inches in diameter, 850 pounds per square inch. You've seen what can happen when a home has a gas leak and blows up. Those pipelines are those pipes are a couple of inches in diameter. Imagine 42 inches. And Donald Trump is pressuring Kathy Hochul to expand this pipeline right here in Westchester County. If we want to push back against the Trump administration and his efforts to destroy our planet by sacrificing our people, we need to back up Governor Hochul and tell her we want her to deny the permits for the Algonquin pipeline expansion and all of the other expansions in New York State. On October 4th, we're having a march in Peekskill, and we timed it specifically around you all. We are starting after this event on Saturday, October 4th, so that you can come up to Peekskill and march with us. And I have handouts about that too. And that is going to send the message to Donald Trump but especially to Kathy Hochul, that we have her back. We do not want her to be bullied, and she needs to stand strong against Donald Trump on the environment, just like she's standing strong against him on abortion and all these other issues that she's keeping us safe from. Woo! In the past 2 weeks, we got word that Enbridge, the evil corporate company that owns that gas pipeline, they got the financing to do the expansion. We need to come out hard and strong now, before they build momentum to get this thing built. And one thing I failed to mention, it goes directly under Indian Point nuclear power plant. That plant has been in the process of being decommissioned, but there's 40 plus years of irradiated spent fuel stored there within the blast radius of that pipeline system. And guess what? Holtec, the company that is decommissioning it, they've announced they want to repower Indian Point. It was shut down because of the risks that it poses to New York State. But they've got an IPO coming up. They're trying to jack up their impending stock price, and they want to do it by repowering Indian Point nuclear power plant on top of those fracked gas pipelines. We cannot let it happen. That's right, boo. We need Governor Hochul, we need the county, we need everybody coming out to oppose that. On September 25th, it's a Thursday, 5 p.m. at Cortland Town Hall, we're having a press conference. There's a decommissioning oversight board meeting. We're gonna be there sending the message clearly to the New York State bureaucrats, to our governor, and our other elected officials that we will not stand for it, that we do not want repowering of Indian Point. We want safety and clean energy, real clean energy, not a nuclear boondoggle. So I hope you will come out and join us on the 25th of September and on the 4th of October and tell Donald Trump, no, you will not destroy our environment, you will not harm our health, you will not make us unsafe with all of this harmful infrastructure. Thank you, Mount Kisco, for having me.